What up? What up? Welcome back to the Can't Talk I'm Creating podcast. I just wanted to start this one solo real quick before Steve got in here. And I just wanted to talk to you. And I wanted to say thank you for everyone who is watching this and has been watching this so far. Um, I started making videos on YouTube like 12 years ago, 2012. And it started with me just talking to a camera, just webcam and talking about nonsense. So and when it became music videos and like an actual business, I always wanted to do a podcast and do something like this, but it just never felt like the right time. I just wanted to get the business right, and I'm happy I did that order. But I'm very happy I got to start this podcast, and I just when we started this podcast, it was the exact same time we really leveled up the business. We got the new studio. We're here at WaveChange Studios, um, and yeah, so we started the podcast, and it wasn't like I had my full attention, like I knew I really wanted it to. We started it good. We got the wall painted. We got the camera set up. We're still working on it. We're gonna get some new cameras to permanently mount them. Um, but yeah, I've been watching back and just a behind the curtain look. This episode that you're watching is the first episode we filmed. This was filmed the day before Sunday before it got released. It probably didn't get released at 6 a.m. I know I say 6 a.m. and it didn't, but um, the episode prior to this, I believe it was the B Sergeant episode. We filmed that like 3 weeks prior to it dropping, and we had 3 weeks stocked up. So we haven't filmed the podcast episode prior to this one in like 3 weeks. And I've been watching the episodes back, and I'm realizing the like this podcast is making me re-excited like back when I started YouTube. It really when I started chasing this dream of making videos and creating things, and this podcast and the vlogs honestly have really re-sparked that interest. We just relaunched the vlog. When this one goes up, I think there'll be 2 episodes of the vlog out. It'll be linked in the description. You can check it out. You can check out what goes on and what is WaveChange Studios. That's where the vlog is. It's what's going on at the studio during the week. WaveChange is obviously are the productions we do, the videos we create, and Can't Talk I'm Creating is your weekly place where we each get to sit down and talk. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who watched this because I would be like I am doing this with no one watching it. We started it, just starting it like it just this is something I wanted to do for me. It's like as a joke turned into like my therapy session. Like me and Steve were saying that I think the last like 2 episodes ago, but it actually like I'm the last 2 3 weeks watching back on the episodes since we haven't been recording. It inspired me to really level this up and take it more serious and treat it for what I want it to be. Really a place for you can get the personalities behind the stuff we're creating. And yeah, I don't know. I know I said I was going to go for a minute, but it was 3 minutes and 33 seconds exactly when I looked at the clock. So shout out to that. But yeah, we're here. So going off that tangent, what do I want this podcast to be more of? I want it to be just a weekly, I don't know, chat with creatives about creating what's on our mind, what projects we're working on, problems we face. Obviously, over the last couple episodes, I've been talking about nonstop about relationship stuff heavy because that is the hurdle I'm currently facing in this whole process of. I brought it up to Steve. The point me and Steve were just talking about it. When he gets in here, we'll touch on it. But the balance of life. This is the second time in my life I've gotten a clear like when the worst thing that I could think of one of the worst things I could think of happened to me simultaneously other things are like the best they've ever been and like is working out. The biggest example being when my dad passed away, I think 3 years now. Right when he passed away, I had gotten into this relationship that was quite literally a dream. It was a dream relationship, and it happened at the same time. So it was like a balance of emotions, and the same thing is now happening with the company actually working and this becoming a company, and that happening right at the same time that I then lose this relationship that I gained when I lost my dad. It's like a juggling act back and forth of like good and bad, and it's funny because I mean we got to rename this podcast like Balance or something because that is like that. It just keeps coming back to that. I can't keep naming episodes about balance, but yeah, I don't know. That was just a real deep, just tangent, kind of just to all say thank you for whoever's watching this, and really please do leave comments. Like I know everyone says like leave comments, but like leave comments on what you want. If you don't, if there's an episode and it's boring or it's not boring, just leave comments and let us know what you want to see, because we want to make it the best we can. What's poppin'? I definitely started an intro without you. I thought you were on the phone. No. I started an intro without you. But yeah, I think everything's all good. We're set up. Now that you set, let me check real quick your camera. Only took us 11 episodes, and we got in focus, and we got a set.
What is that? 2 months? Yeah, like a month.
11 episodes, 11 weeks. No, wait, yeah.
Yeah. No, 11 weeks, almost 3 months.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's way more.
Yeah. My math is not mathing. We've been up.
I was going to say, it's been
up for a long time.
It's been a busy, I don't know, week or 2 weeks?
2 days. I mean, you shot Freak Show. I had Mr. Lid and Rapper Stations yesterday, and then I had the music video shoot from, I woke up at like 8:15 today, went and picked up Jose, got to the office at like 9:30, then just finished up more like 7 to 9:30. Yeah, it's been a long 2 days. A lot of shooting.
Yeah, brother. I mean, tomorrow's the editing day on the schedule. The only thing on the schedule tomorrow is editing.
Yeah, I gotta shoot Saw stuff.
Oh.
Make that 3 daes. 3 days.
And it continues. You got Hunter this week?
I do. I have White Boy and Hunter this week.
Oh.
Shout out to White Boy and Hunter. We're gonna make some bangers.
Yeah. Actually watching like pre-plan and try this out. We were just talking about that when I did that Freak Show video, because this is the first video in a while, like bigger video in a while, that I'm running alone. Like it was just me. Jose was on a photo shoot. You were running the rap rotations. And I definitely like immediately acknowledged the not having like a full exact like planned out shot list how we ran through it for like the end dot video, and not having somebody there to have that other eye of
and extra pair of hands too. I'm sure setting up shit was
a
little bit more of a burden. Having.
I had to race through setting that up.
Yeah. Yeah, shot listing is very important, people.
Yeah.
Go through everything. Go through all your ideas. Today I got 30 shots today. Something like that. Around there, like 25, 30.
Yeah, you had all
this
it out.
Everything down. I had it in my notebook. I had my notebook on me. Checking it off as I went. Came out great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I don't know, this is kind of a bad segue, but like with talking about like the right way to do it that we find. Like I think it's I really want to talk like kind of go back on how WaveChange got started and how we both got started, and really kind of go into that. I feel like that's there's not like too many people here to balance that out.
I mean, I'll start off with what I think is the start of WaveChange. You'll correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like I have a pretty good idea of your journey for the most part. No, honestly, you tell me. You tell me what inspired you to really start a music video company, because I know it inspired me.
All right, wait, hold on. I got to get a news in real quick. Back to it.
So,
falling like
I can't show the dogs. I got to keep my feet down.
No dogs in the podcast.
So, what inspired you to start a music video company?
So, honestly, that wasn't like I can't say that was like the dream. The dream really was just to make videos and just make videos. Like I started when I was 12. I got a webcam and I just set it up like in my bedroom. Me and my close immediate friends were into YouTube, so we would just watch YouTubers nonstop. And I just got a webcam and started making videos, literally just in my bedroom. And I didn't at the time know like I got to figure out how to make money from this. I was like this. I just want to do this. If I could do this every single day, that's the goal. So I just did that every day into high school. And then one of my friends started making music. I think like sophomore year, junior year of high school. Mm-hmm. One of my boys, like I got close with a kid who was making music, and was like, yo, you make like videos. You can make a music video?
Yeah.
And literally right from there, I can vividly remember it. That was like the first like, oh, okay, so I can here's like an outlet more than just me figuring something to film with my friends. And I just started doing it for him. And then just another friend started making music, so I started doing that. And it just snowballed. And then their friends made music, and I started making videos for all my close friends. And it just, like, everything's like since then has been super just natural progression. I was just doing free videos for my friends, and then somebody I didn't know hit me up, and I think it was probably like $100 to do the music video, like $50 I'll do your music video,
Hmm.
and then it's just $100,
Wow.
150,
Yeah.
200, and
Keeps
then
going up. Wow.
and like I think we talked about it on I don't know what one of the episodes like briefly about like the Wave Change being like a company and now like what it is. What like I didn't have this like early vision of like I'm gonna build this music video empire. It was really like I want to make videos and I got to figure out how to do that, and it just inevitably this was the way. It was like I could go find a job at another production company, but then I'm still working for somebody. There's not the full freedom, um, and it was just inevitable. Like the only business structure up until now, with like now bringing Logan on, that was existing in Wave Change was there because it just had to. It wasn't like there
Yeah.
was any sort of
Yeah.
this marketing plan or this is how it's gonna grow. It was just make dope music videos and post them in one place.
Yeah.
That's
That makes
pretty
sense.
like that was like the OG origin, and then it like once I would say college, it became like okay, all right, so I can actually like pursue this as a thing. Yeah, definitely in college when I linked up with that artist Dejan, um,
Oh yeah.
it really became like oh okay, so if I take this serious, it could become something, and then from there it was just like I can't even tell you what would have gone on in my life from like end of high school to now. Like in real life, it feels like it just life went on pause and it's just been make the videos, make this work, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then
Interesting.
it just snowballed. I met Jersey John, and then from that we got connected, and then it slowly shifted because, it shifted when we moved into this building for me because it was always to me it was like I just want, like I don't want to do any business. I just want to create videos. Like that's like I
Yeah.
don't care about any of that. I'm like anti-business person. Like just make art. Don't like business is boring.
Yeah.
But it's funny how since moving in here, it's shifted for a little. Not like I want to do business stuff, but it shifted from like I gotta be the best director or I gotta like prove something to like I almost like I find way more enjoyment and excitement out of being able to create this thing and then facilitate. So like now you're able to just create whatever ideas, like what gear, what sets can we build and like facilitate this thing. So I'm finding it more like being in that position where it's like working with Logan with getting the videos in. These are the videos coming in. Now it's like, all right, we have these videos coming in. You want to work with this person, do like this song,
Yeah.
and being able to eliminate that part for like you, for Jose, for the next wave of the creators that Wave Change is gonna like the
Take
people
on.
it's gonna create. But yeah, that's pretty much the quick like the origin of it, and then we partnered up. I don't know when we like officially
I
like
remember.
date wise.
I
Yeah, so
remember
yeah,
it
if you wanna
was.
jump into when.
I don't remember if it was the behind the scenes before J Demons or the behind the scenes that we did for J Demons, but I remember the day I asked you if I could put Wave Change in my bio. It was for that, and for me, that was the day I was like, okay, like
Word.
he rocks with me enough to be like,
Yeah.
all right, you're cool
Yeah.
with like I'm cool with you representing the brand.
Nah, hell yeah. I mean, yeah, I've been very like I said, like up until now, I wasn't like at all thinking about how to scale a business. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't ever like a thought like I got to get other people. Like I knew in theory to grow this, you get more people,
Yeah,
but I didn't care about that because it was just like I want to enjoy making videos, and it was super like us working together, and it just was super natural, and it just
yeah,
worked, and now it's like it's no brainer, and yeah, and it's kind of like it's become the core Wave Change. It's me and you, and then I would say Jose is right there, and he's just in skill set learning, and then kind of figuring out if this is really where he sees like his
yeah.
passion, or if it's not in the music. Um, yeah, and then me, you, Jose, and now we've brought on Logan, um,
Oh yeah,
and it's just yeah now like I said, it's shifting into a more business view of like all right, let's look into who are the other people that are starting out. Can we bring some people in here? Can we start creating with other people and
yeah.
growing that?
I think a big thing I realized in the last 2 weeks, just as this has all come together, is I remember watching Lyrical Lemonade grow, and I always like saw that little group of guys around him. I don't know, like Lil Jake, Sal Tarantino, whatever his name is. I don't know what his actual name is, but like, and I'm realizing now that those were the people doing the things that someone like Logan is doing for us now, and he's
Yeah.
always had that people, and it just we've always looked at it from the outside like, holy shit, it's Cole Bennett doing his thing, and it's probably always been like, all
Yeah.
right, Cole, like here's the lineup for the month. Like, this is how we're gonna get
Yeah,
here.
this
and
is
this
yeah,
is
it's a
this
team.
yeah, it's a team effort no matter what.
I mean, yeah, he just today, I'm pretty sure yesterday, it was like he posted somebody that like I've never seen before, but it was somebody he like in the post was saying like this is we've been together literally every day. We work on everything. That's like
Yeah.
you don't see like the especially with like the social media stuff. Like there's a face of a brand, but there's
Yeah.
a whole it's the whole ecosystem that elevates it to that, and it's like it's really dope to like really be watching that come to life. Like I said, everything has felt so natural. Like there's never felt like it's been stressed. Like
No.
obviously there's stress, but it's like weird that it just like feels like everything's just it's like it's so inevitable. It's just
Yeah.
happening. Like it just we're
It's
doing.
not stress in the sense that it's like I don't want to do this. It's like stress in the sense that like I have a lot to do, but this feels good. Like I
Yeah,
feel good getting a
excited
lot of
doing it.
this stuff
Yeah,
done. Yeah.
no,
Very
100%. Yeah,
exciting.
it's very interesting. And then like damn, I just had a good point I wanted to pivot into, kind of like with the future of wave change, what we like, sort of where we see like what do we see with the future? Because I feel like that's a good like I don't know if even we have ever kind of because obviously you can't predict it, but like
No, yeah.
what do you I don't know what do you have like a vision of so I guess to like I'll kind of give you my pitch of it. The way I like it's definitely shifted over this last month
Mhm.
about what I saw the future and then now kind of what I'm seeing it as, but I always saw it as like it scales like we've briefly talked about it. We bring on other people who learn and they get their skill set up to where it's like we can all produce quality and we all have our own styles.
Yeah.
And it's just like we build this like almost network of people who are other directors and other creatives in it. And it's just like a pod of work, and then we distribute the projects out. And some people have their artist,
Yeah.
and we're able to build it out to where and like kind of like the full network that we were talking about with the website where it's like it's you got the WaveChange, which is the music videos and the videos and the stuff we produce. There's WaveChange 2, or if that ever gets changed the name, but like there's the vlogs, which are like the reality show, the ecosystem of the studio.
Yeah.
And then the podcast, which is just like the sit down conversation of it and building out that ecosystem where there's a team on this and they run this and there's a team on rap rotations and I don't know. Like I really I just it just feels inevitable. Like that's what it is, and it's
Yeah.
just we're just in the early steps of that
Yeah.
kind of forming, and it's pretty cool to be in that. I've definitely in the last month been on like my like vision, not vision, but like what I would love to turn the studio into. I know is gonna inevitably clash with Logan
Yeah.
because I want it to be like this dream, like what Fantasy Factory was at Rob Deere, like back then, just like this like building that we're just there's studios and stuff's going on and there's people
Yeah.
here, maybe people are hanging out, maybe someone's in here recording a podcast, and it's just this ecosystem of like this network of even people who aren't necessarily in Wave Change but like associated, like
Mhm.
just in the studio, and it's just active. And part of me, as I've like been getting enjoyment out of like picturing that and wanted to like create that ecosystem here, I'm realizing I think that's me just trying to like create a friend group or like create. I think we talked about this in the office last night, but like forge together this group of like just like people
Creative
to
people.
be able to hang
Yeah.
out with people like cool people and be around cool people because that is a huge thing that I like isn't not that it's like that I've noticed is an advantage here because we're just all here and around each other. It's just nonstop growth, and I feel like in my dream world, it's like this building or like this compound that there's just always creative stuff going on, and you could just like it's like it almost feels like time doesn't exist. You could just be in this compound where it's like people are creating here, and if you're bored here, you can go into the movie theater and watch a movie and get inspired, and then go create something. And it's just
Yeah.
this whole ecosystem. But I feel like part of me, it's like wow, I'm realizing it sounds like I'm just creating this like ecosystem just to be happy and have people that aren't gonna leave, and we're just gonna create things. And maybe it's a pipe dream, and maybe it's a like I talk to a therapist
we'll
about
find
that.
our
But
people for sure.
no, yeah, like I
It
like
just
that.
takes
It's
time.
felt very like I wouldn't. I think it's feel like it's been I wouldn't change exactly how it's been. I feel like we've grabbed people that I'm happy with. The perfect. Nothing's felt forced.
Yeah.
Me, you working together, then Jose, then connecting with actually connecting with Logan because I've known Logan I think longer
Yeah.
than anybody else I've done stuff with currently. I met Logan like prior to this even really being like a business for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really think it's been happening supernatural, and I'm excited for it. And that's why I'm really excited to be like pushing the content. That's what I was talking about in the intro with the vlogs and like really taking the podcast more serious in the last like 3 weeks since we haven't recorded. I was watching back the episodes and I was like, yeah, I really do want to put effort into this and really care about it and think about what we're going to talk about. And even if it isn't like not scripting it, but having subjects and paying attention to the podcast more and the vlog and really, because I think that's going to help foster the ecosystem around it and help bring more people into who want to just create stuff and do cool stuff. And
No, 100%. It already is. I mean,
Yeah.
the people that come in here are excited every single time.
yeah, hell yeah.
I'm excited every single time I come
Yeah,
in
it's
here.
inspiring,
Shit, I
yeah.
can't imagine people that have never seen it or come in here for the first time.
Nah, facts. That's my biggest thing is just really like a place where we could just come and create stuff and really see that it's just the only limitation is your idea. Whatever it is, whether it's music based or not, whether it's whatever, it's like if you have an idea, let's just create things and do things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I like the ecosystem we've been building. But let's kind of let's go kind of into I sort of gave my rundown on me starting videos and going into starting with YouTube and let's I know it's similar with you. You started YouTube
Yeah.
and then
I mean, I think my come up is
why'd
a lot.
you get the camera? Why'd you
It's a lot more of a testament to like what I do now because I'm like doing everything. That's kind of how I started. I don't think anyone, I mean, similar to you, nobody really was like, here's a camera, I'm going to show you how to use it. Like when I was young, my parents just had cameras lying around and I would just mess around with them, the flip camera, the GoPro. When I would snowboard, I would bring a GoPro every time, film my friends, film myself. Yeah, and I like just cutting stuff up. I made a couple YouTube videos, nothing like you, but walkthroughs. I made skits. And then honestly, once I got into high school, I got lucky enough to meet, I don't know if I've ever told you about Mr. Butler before, but he was the director of Court TV, which did O.J. Simpson's case. So if you ever see O.J. Simpson's case, like the clips, he's the one that goes like, zoom in on the glove, zoom in on the glove. He's literally the guy in the studio like, zoom in on that glove right now.
You know, whenever I think about that, I picture Seth Rogen from the interview when they're interviewing Eminem, and he's "What did he just say?
Did Eminem just say he was gay on our show?"
He said, "Eminem's gay on our show."
But yeah, Mr. Butler, because I mean, I've told you about like my athletic career. Like I was very much into sports, more so than anything. I loved basketball. I played basketball every single day for hours on end. You should see me play basketball. I'm pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
but,
you said that. I've never because I'm so not sports guy. And like,
I'm pretty fucking good at sports. I won't lie. But I had him, like he came up to me when I was like, because I got into it in sophomore year of high school, and I really wanted to be in it freshman year. Like the whole time I was like, I really want to meet this guy. I really want to be in this class. And when I got to actually meet him, and he saw my skill set, not to toot my own horn a little bit, but he saw what I could do with the camera, and he was like, not only, and this is another not to toot my own horn, but a lot of the kids in the broadcasting club are more like nerdy, like the quote unquote blue hair kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I came in there, it was like I was quote unquote one of the popular kids. So I came in there, he's like, you have the ability to shift between like this group that never gets to see the broadcasting club and show them that like this isn't this thing.
Yeah.
And you are really good at doing film, and you should honestly, you're not going to the NBA. Like, stop playing basketball. And I was like, fuck. Like, as a 16-year-old, I was like, this is a big decision to make. I was like, damn, I've been playing basketball for 5 straight years every day. Like, I'm about to quit this shit. And I did it. And when I was 16, I quit the basketball team. And then I started pursuing it, started doing short films, everything. And then here we are now. I did, the college story I could go to a little bit, too. Because I shot with Yazo when I was a senior in high school. And then I posted that, and then I had a bunch of people DMing me when I was in Indiana, and that shit got me so fucking excited, bro. I was like, I need to go back, but I'm going to try and tough this out. And then COVID hit, and then I had that one semester in the pandemic, and I was like, bro, this is all just like mishmash bullshit.
Oh, so you were still in school during when COVID hit. Oh, okay, yeah, because I already dropped out pre-COVID. Like,
I was still in school during COVID.
Where did you go to school?
I'm a year younger than you. Indiana University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was in Indiana when all that was happening, and I was having people DM me and shit, be like, bro, I'm trying to get a video. Like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm in fucking Indiana, bro. Like, I can't come shoot your video. So that was that. I remember the guy who DM'd me actually. That one, I was like, what am I doing here? Like, I hate school anyways. I didn't even really want to be there. I just got sold on the media school at Indiana because it was so cool. But yeah, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? I hate school. I don't really like Indiana. I could go shoot music videos in New Jersey. Cole Bennett's getting famous as shit doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't I just go do it? So I dropped out kind of like on a whim, and now we're here. And a big reason why I would say I resonated towards WaveChange as well is because I was so like impressed by what Lyrical Lemonade did, and then I got with John, and then I saw what you were doing, and I was like, he's got it like that. He's got the brand down. He already knows what he wants to do. I saw the On and On video. I was like, dude, sign me up. Like, where is this guy at?
Damn,
and then
that's
John
crazy.
introduced me, and
yeah, it's
here
really
we
crazy.
are.
Yeah, because from my perspective, it was just like you were like another dude who was doing videos, and it was like what like, and then we started because I think it was just doing behind the scenes photos on like.
It was the
videos.
Baby J. I remember the video because I cranked it out, and like one day I was like, I gotta get this shit done for this dude. Like, I'm trying to be a part of this. I've always meticulously made sure to like show that I really want to be a part of this, and I feel like that always showed.
Yeah, it's always I've never like there's never when I was talking about it before, I've never had the thought of, oh, this person can be a part of WaveChange. I've never looked at someone and been like, should I invite them to WaveChange?
Yeah.
It's really just been natural of like, we worked, and then it was just working. It was like, let's just keep doing this and like, let's grow this. And it wasn't even like, I feel like until lately where I felt like it was in a position to be like, yo, be a part of this thing. Like, it was just me creating stuff. And it was more so like, yo, like, help me, like, let's create this thing. Like let's build this thing up. Cause now it's, WaveChange is me, like, you're just as much WaveChange to me as like, it finally, there isn't a, like, it's, I don't know even how to like word it. Like, there isn't, if a project needs to get done, like, I know there's another person there like me that can do it. It's not like, all right, let's figure this out. Will this get done? And I'm even noticed that with like with Logan when I started passing, like the video came in and like the Vega video, and I was like, Steve's gonna do this one. He was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. There's like, I don't have a doubt, and, like anymore. Because I really. Do you? I don't know. Were you ever into Quarter Digital? Like I know you. You know about it.
Before you introduced me, no, I had no.
Okay,
idea
word. Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how much you've paid attention because I've watched their videos forever. Like that's why I like do it. Like I wanted to start the vlogs because I like their stuff so much because I fell in love with the vlogs. Like watching them. Literally, I'm just trying to recreate that. They have their editing pit where it's all the editor. They all edit together. They shoot videos and they just create stuff in this building together, and. It originates from two dudes, Sam and Nico. It was just two dudes who both liked visual effects and just created this thing and brought other people on, and it's built this ecosystem out. And that's really how I saw it. Like especially like every day more and more as it becomes, because now it's a no brainer. Like I see like WaveChange is me and you, and I like that we have the balance where I'm way more on the effects like that side, and you're more on like the cinematography, like good shots, and I feel like it's a great balance.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think something about it being natural is really good too. Because even me and Logan had a conversation once about it, just like early on when I asked him to be a part of WaveChange, like asked him to like really do that and like take that over. He was like, "Do you ever think there'll be like a problem coming up like with you and Steve, with somebody who feels like they want to run the show?" I forget who he referenced somebody, another director or somebody. Maybe I don't want to air their business out, but. On how like they started with somebody else and the same thing happened. It's they both just like, and I'm like, I don't see it like that because it's not like an ego thing. I feel like we both just want to create things, and it never feels like I can't think of a scenario where that would happen, because it's like if you're inspired by a song and you want to do the video, it's like, all right.
I feel just as much a part of a video if you're directing it or shooting it. If I held the lights the whole time,
yeah,
and
it
didn't
feels
shoot
like
a single thing. I've never had that perspective of like, man, like I have the perspective of like, I saw you working. I'm like, I'm going to be as good as you. Like, I'm going to get as good as you. And in my competitive head, I'm like, I'm going to get better than you. That's just how I work. And I'm sure you feel the same exact way.
Feel, but that's why, like, I think that's why, like, a good team works, because it's that. It adds that, like, as me sitting alone in my bedroom, inevitably I'll run into, like complacency. Like, is that the right word? Like,
yeah, no, that's it.
Complacency.
Yeah.
having that it constantly inspires you to want to get better and want to get
Mm-hmm.
better. And I don't ever I don't see it because it's not. It's like a good competitive, because it's never I feel like we're both looking at the bigger picture of like we understand that like we're like we're creating things. It's not
Yeah.
about like I need you to know this thing is
Yeah.
it's a bigger thing, and we can create cooler and better things with like a team.
And the
Because
big thing is, I will say, is because I did have that ego before I met you, and I think I've mentioned this briefly to you, but like, I had that ego, and then I met you, and I was like, this is the level of work from somebody that's not even at the level of Cole Bennett. I need to swallow my fucking pride and figure this out, because I wasn't even like remotely near you, and I had this idea in my head that I was even close to it, and then just like I've had this burning passion to just get better, get better, get better, get better, and it's just finally
yeah,
at this point where I can actually bounce ideas off of you, you can bounce
yeah.
ideas off of me, and we can do this shit together.
Yeah, and that like I've never had that before because I was never somebody really like I've never really worked with other directors. It's always just been I'm gonna create stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's just purely been about like I just want to create things, and it's really nice to have like you said it gives me like like a new spark because it's like you have this skill set, so you are able to facilitate and make cool things. So it it's for the first time I'm directly next to somebody who is equal in skill set because I've
Mm-hmm.
always felt like because I started making videos so young, like I was never and I didn't really work with people, so I was never around other people. Anybody video I was around was usually either significantly past where I was at
Mm-hmm.
or just starting out. So I was
Mm.
never like even, so it never felt like it was bouncing ideas. It was always either
Mm.
just like be
You.
around. I'm gonna follow what you're doing, or somebody's just
Yeah,
watching what I'm
that
doing. And
makes a lot of
it's
sense.
nice
Yeah.
to be able to have that every day I want to come in and be like I want to get better and I want to do this and like I'll be even when I was doing the freak show thing. There's be moments and I'm like maybe I'll cut this corner and then I think I'm like but Steve wouldn't cut this corner so
Yeah.
and then makes me get better and work harder and it's like it bounces off and I think that just and it like it's scalable obviously in the ideal world with where everyone has that because it's hard to find people like that but
Yeah.
you get more and more people and it's just a constant everywhere like, and it just builds this nonstop thing but going back to that point you said where like it didn't feel like it doesn't feel like I worry a lot especially now with like when we started working together and then starting to like bring in Jose in I always really worry about it coming off like people just trying to help me bring my thing to life and it's like
Yeah.
all like I always try to that's why I try to the videos come in I've been trying to distribute them
Yeah.
out to where like obviously Jose's not like in a like running videos but try to give out as much work as possible because I've always wanted to stress that yeah I have my vision and goals and like things I want to do but I think WaveChange can facilitate all of our goals like this
Mm-hmm.
isn't
Yeah. No,
like
100%.
in the early stage, yeah, like there might be because I like when we first started, I had the most skill set, so everything is on me to do it. But I've always stressed, so I'm happy you did say that because like even bringing Jose on stuff, I always wanted to not come off like you're all
Yeah.
working on my thing because I really believe this thing is bigger than me, and I'm just a director in Wave Change, and you're a director, and like people can like use it as a tool to
Yeah.
facilitate what they want. Jose, like we said, if he realizes like or if he starts to like doing the music stuff or finds something or if it is just travel videos he could use Wave Change to get to a position that he can then go do whatever he wants or
Yeah.
anyone who
Exactly.
comes into like I really just want to stress that so that's dope that you said that it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like that because yeah I
No, not at
always
all.
even on set when if I'm directing it or I try to give credit or like I really
For me, it's always just been a battle against myself to get to a point where I felt like I could actually contribute to this brand.
more damn
Yeah. It's just the truth.
that's kind of deep but I mean that's dope because
And I was gonna make another point, and this could apply to anybody, and I'm sure you had a moment or have had a moment like this, where, like I didn't really like I always believed in myself to the degree that I could like I dropped out of college, like I did all this shit, and over the last 3 years, every year like I've slowly been chipped away, like my confidence just slowly been chipped away because I haven't made money, I haven't had success, I haven't done this, I haven't marked this goal off. And of course, like everyone has different times. I stress that a lot. But once I got in that office with Busta, not I hate to say it like Busta, because it wasn't Busta. Shout out to Adam, because Adam changed my fucking life. He gave me that, like, oh, I can do this. Like, this
mm,
isn't I'm not on the outside of the bubble. I'm not that guy. Like, I can come into an office and fucking take over and really show people that I can fucking do this.
Yeah.
And once I got that confidence, and now you're seeing it now in my videos, like, I have the confidence to be like, no, this is my vision. It's going to look good. It's my vision. I know. I trust my gut now. It's not like sometimes I used to shoot videos and be like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, what? This looks horrible. Like, what am I doing right now?
100%. And yeah, I think that comes with doing the 10,000 rep, like 10,000 hours, like putting the reps in, because there is something about getting in whatever field, whether it's producing music or being a dentist or whatever, getting there's a certain level of skill set where you're able to just facilitate what you're trying to do. I guess it applies more to art, but like having the skill set, so any idea you have, you can figure out a way to facilitate it.
Yeah.
And I think that is a big thing, because like I don't have like I no longer have I don't watch people's videos and be like have like any negative emotions towards it, or like feel like yeah, because I know I have the skill set to bring out the ideas I want. It's really just about your ideas, and like you said, like it really is. Once you have that skill set where you know, all right, I could make it work.
Yeah.
You have that confidence back where you're like, yeah, it's oh, I have this idea. I'm just gonna do this thing, and I lost the fear of I don't know, not like like when like with the making money and losing clients and like stress, like this is my idea and sticking to it. And hold on, I'm kind of losing my point with that, but yeah, like I putting in the hours and gaining that skill set, the more skill set you have with it, the more you have that confidence to do the thing that you want to do in it, and like really just continue to pursue it. And then
yeah, well, that's a big thing I realized too once I was in that office, because I was actually editing every single day, and I was like, bro, I did not know how to do half of this shit that I know how to do now before September.
I mean,
and
that's
it's just because I was literally every 9 to 6 every single day, just edit, hour, edit, hour, edit, hour, edit, 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 and then just leave, and then wake up the next day, come back in, fucking edit.
I mean, yeah, you put the reps in. I mean, it's funny because people will look at, there's like tons of memes and stuff, but they'll look at like Ronaldo, like the best soccer player, and be like, I want to be like that. But you don't think about when you're doing whatever, when you're watching something on Netflix, like the hour, like right now we're sitting on this couch, like the people who are the best at that thing are actively doing that thing and training, and the hours you invest into it. And this kind of connects to a point. If I have my phone somewhere, I had a note about this, about if you this only applies to the people, like the crazy people like me, like the young me at 12 watching YouTube videos. This applies to that person. The people who just like casually are interested in stuff, this doesn't apply to you. The people who know, like you just know that like that the thing that's in your mind, like for me it was the videos. You just know that's right. And I can't like explain who that person is or how you're gonna know that thing is, but the person who just heard that and you just know like that, you know. You're really signing up, like you're really, I gotta find this note because I worded it better. You're really signing up like to do this thing forever. You're really like you said, the videos you lock in, it's really, you're putting the hour day after day, and you're really committing to, you're gonna lose a lot of things because you're giving up a lot of that time to master this thing. It's like the cliche, if you watch any samurai movie, they go out into the mountains for years to master this. And it's cool to watch in the movies, and like I love watching. I think we talked about in the episode, we talked about movies, that I love, like The Dirt, these movies about these bands and people coming up and becoming famous. And it's cool to watch in these movies, but when you really realize, like, oh, spending 10 years in the mountains mastering this craft, doing only this thing nonstop for 10 years, that's pretty crazy. And
most people won't do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's for this person who's made it this far, and you're still listening. You're like, this is me. Like, I promise you, if you know what that thing is, just doing that, like really locking in on that thing will pay off. And it's cliche because I'm pretty sure people say like 10 years, but it really, like, I started it like in 2012 when I was 12, and I would say 12 years when I was 22. Like 2 years ago, it really started to like make sense, and now 12 years, it actually is starting to like be a business where like I can pay bills. So it's like, whoever is still like this is still resonating with you, this is your sign that like, just do it, just commit to it. Your friends are gonna think you're crazy, your family's gonna think you're crazy, everyone's gonna think you're crazy, but you'll find other people along the way who will also be like you, and you'll take over in whatever that thing is. I guarantee you, because Like there's one I've always believed in, like people can have more skills than me, they can have whatever, they can buy nicer cameras, they can do everything. But the one thing I know for a fact is I'm gonna put more hours in it.
Yeah.
Because I've committed however long ago that like I'm gonna invest everything into this, and my life has reflected that. Like, luckily, I have a family that understands that, and like my mom and brother, and they understand that. And when I'm not present and not going to family stuff, it's like they understand that, and some people won't have that luckiness to have that. But I mean, I've lost now relationships and friendships, and not seeing friends, and I've really lost everything apart from like my immediate family to have this amazing thing. And if that it really is your dream, that again, this is your message to just it can happen. Just it's worth it, and there's going to be a lot of rough times, and it's going to be hard, but it will carry you through, because even in the worst things that have happened, I have inevitably just continued to do this thing.
Yeah, that's the fucking truth.
That
right
was a
there.
rant. That was a rant and a half.
I just to add on to that, I don't remember. I think it was Rogan, but it was literally as simple as nothing changes if nothing changes.
Damn.
It's just the truth. 'Cause
Damn, that's really like
you cannot get this idea of what you want to be if you don't change the person that you are inherently. It's just something that not inherently, but like to a degree.
But
Like
there
it
has to be
happen.
changes, yeah. Because if you're like, yeah, like we've talked a lot about now over the last like couple, I don't know, like month or a month and a half, whatever it's been, about like with like just the relationship changes in now both of our lives, where it's like, as much as that sucks, it's true that it's like that this life we're envisioning. How do we expect to have this major life change into this dream life if it's the same things are going on? And it's like, maybe to get this crazy life, it's like the current path wasn't right, and things have to change for it to change. And like in the intro before you came in is literally what I was talking about, how it's crazy. We were talking about in the office how the worst things in my life have happened simultaneously with like something else being the best it's ever been. And it's really crazy how it like I was I was almost saying like, why does it have to be like that? But I guess it has to be like that, like for this thing to change, like for all the business to now be actually working, I needed to have the attention that I didn't have while in that relationship. And the same thing with like when my dad passed, and finding that relationship, I had like everything fills, and things need to change. So when things are bad, all that's doing is creating room for something else.
Yeah. It's the truth. Yeah.
Nice, more like silent, nice.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about my year. I mean, my year's been amazing, but not great at the same time. I had gotten dumped, and then I had that hospital visit that scared the fucking shit out of me in March, and then I ripped my shoulder out of my socket a couple weeks later. So it was just like 3 in a row. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
But I was also like, we were building the studio at the same time, so I was
yeah,
like,
it's like yeah,
this sucks, but it's also really awesome. Like,
yeah, yeah, to kind of like not to keep going back to the therapy session, but
yeah,
it is crazy how like with that happening when I lost my dad, and then in that time I lost my dad, and then got into like my dream relationship, and then with this like losing that relationship and having the studio start, and like the business really, and like the company take off, like start to actually work. It's such an interesting mindset, like even like the last month that I've been in, because it's like I can't say that I'm not so happy, because like
yeah,
this shit, like this thing that I fixated and dreamed about for 12 years is like I'm literally living in it and watching it happen, and we're creating a podcast just because we want to. And but at the same time there's this like crazy like dark cloud over everything. It's the craziest, like it's like this like the universe balancing, because it's like don't be too distracted and happy while these things are working that you're going to get lazy. There's this constant thing that like I don't think I could get complacent with things getting like working right now, because I feel like the level of work I'm at, I'm just doing out of like to distract myself. So it's the craziest
yeah.
like
That's how I felt.
equalizer.
That's how I felt until like 2 months ago. I felt like I finally processed everything. I was like, these last 6 months have been so crazy. I didn't even get to like process.
Yeah,
the fact that I
that's
got,
kind of where I'm at right
Yeah.
now, where it's like I've just been the schedule's been overloaded. Like today, it's Sunday, it's the off day that I've been doing. And I went and shot today, and now we had to film the podcast today. But yeah, like it's been just distraction with this, which is nice because I see this is I would can honestly say that beside like my high school relationship was a real relationship. I went through a real breakup. I remember feeling that, but it
Mm-hmm.
was a high school relationship because this is my first real relationship and going through a real breakup where I'm seeing how like, oh, this is like I would never been a drinker, but I see why people
People,
drink when they
yeah,
like because I'm like, wow, it'd be so nice to
just get
just
hammered and
not
not.
like not be conscious right now and like how nice that would be. And I'm recognizing those things. So, but it's nice to have this thing to fixate on to not get into negative habits and have just a buttload of free time now and be broken up with and then just be at home like, damn, nothing to do. Well, it's nice to have this thing to fixate on and
Yeah.
that's honestly that's become my best relationship advice, like breakup advice. It's like hobbies. That's I've heard that before. When you get in breakups, you got to find hobbies to. But like, wow, go find a really hobby that you love and get really fixated on it because that shit is the that shit
This is the
works.
truth. Oh, I had a good point. What was I gonna say? What were we just talking? Oh, just to take it a level deeper, even deeper. Sorry, guys.
Maybe people like the deep stuff.
Yeah, they
Who knows?
might.
Who
They
knows?
might. I know Chiefy does, and Chiefy listens to this, so shout out to you. Um, I think that I don't want to word this too miserably.
Fuck you, dude. That's
I think that the pain and similar to what you just said, like the true agony of feeling like I just lost someone that I really wanted to be with the rest of my life is a big factor why my videos have gotten so good over the last couple months because I have that like emotional drive now, like that
1,000,000%.
yeah, just like that real fire because I always
Yeah.
have that fire, but it's like somebody just poured a
I mean, yeah.
gallon of gasoline on it, and now I can just have all these crazy emotional ideas. Like today was a great example of that. I shot a super emotional video with Chico, and I was just like, "Damn,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know if I could have done this if I didn't go through
that's
that. However
that.
long ago that was now."
That's like the curtains video that I did for Izzy McFly that I've
Yeah,
just been
yeah,
watching. It's like shot wise relatively simple, but I like that is my favorite video I've
I
ever created,
disagree.
and I've watched it like I've had to watch it over 100 times now. Just and it's not released. We haven't even dropped or anything yet, but it's I mean like 1,000,000% and like the best art's made from emotions. That
Yeah,
art is an expression of emotions.
you said
If
this
you
on the
get
podcast earlier too.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you get real deep into it, all like all art is just an expression. It's ways for people to express emotions they don't know how to. Whether like they don't know how to like. I'm not a good talker. Like I don't like I do music videos because I love music, but I'm not good with words to like make music. So I express emotions through the videos and through like creating art that way. But art is just an expression. So inevitably, your best art will come out when your strongest emotions, whether it's
yeah.
you just fell in love, you just got broken up with, you just had a kid, you just lost somebody. The strongest emotions will make the best art. And I made a point to somebody, maybe they'll comment when I cut this into a clip, but let me exactly how to word this right. I find back to balance. It's an exact scale of when your life is really good and comfortable and like everything is good. Your art is, at least for me. I don't want to talk objectively, but when life is at the best and most comfortable and like you're good, you're happy, everything's good. Your art is at its plainest. I would say. I'm not gonna say
Like
worst,
most mediocre.
but yeah, you're
Yeah,
at your most like cool. Like that shows where your skill set is because my art would be I have a strong skill set so I can make good videos, but it's not anything crazy. When your emotions are at their like lowest or they're at their most spiked, the art is the art's the best. When you're in your saddest, your art's the best. When you're happy, being an artist is the weirdest thing because it's almost like you constantly not need to be in bad situations, but that's why the cliche of everything they say like artists' best albums or like rappers'
hundred
best albums
percent.
are their first ones because that's when they're struggling. That's when they have real emotions. Then they get successful and have money and they don't have as many problems, so you don't have emotions to like create that art. And it's so true. That's why you need to live life to create art.
Yeah,
That's why like the best artists have the wildest stories because they can create the like best art because they have the most. So you need to live life and experience those. But yeah, man, that's like if you look at all like we talked about in the podcast, the famous painters like these Da Vinci, Picasso. If you look into their lives, they were messed up people. Like mentally, they were wild people. Like they weren't like some just like classy, like all put together people, like all famous inventors, artists. It comes from raw emotions, and that's what art is. And like it sucks because it is a balancing thing, and it's like as artists, I've almost found myself looking for, even when I was in that relationship, you almost are looking for not sadness, but you're looking for emotions because it's like it becomes fuel. Like I knew when my dad passed away, as sad as I was, my best videos at that time were created directly from that. When I lost this relationship, I just created my favorite video I've made since.
Yeah.
And real emotions create real art, and it's the suckiest thing because it's almost sad because like damn, if we want real good art, somebody has got to be going through pain
Some
to
shit.
yeah, but that's also why art resonates because you're in like real deep song to me. Somebody might listen to and be like, literally in the studio the other day, we were setting up that salmon wall. I was playing some arguably sad music. I was enjoying it because that's where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally Chelsea was like, "Damn, like put me in my bag," and I was like, and it didn't resonate with her because she wasn't feeling that emotion. But
Yeah.
when you put real emotion into your art, when people feel those same emotions, it resonates. And that's why, like you said, your videos recently, like I've watched them and I forget which one I watched the other day that I literally told you, I was like, this shit, like,
The bike one?
I think it was the bike one.
Yeah.
And it's a video of bro going to the train station, lighting a cigarette, riding a bike. But like watching it, it just like, you can just feel it. And that's not something I don't think I'll ever be able to like explain why, but
Yeah.
you can really feel when emotions put into art. And I hope artists listen to that and take that as like in the most shallow way. Stop making cookie cutter stuff because it's trendy or it sounds or it's what's catchy. Like really go into your bag and like what emotions do you feel? And even if you feel like you don't have something to speak on, every single human being, like I don't have a crazy story. Like I've lived in a good family, but like I have some like emotions. Like I feel everyone feels things. What is it? Did you lose your dog? Like whatever it is, did you have a rough life? Like put that into your music. Find a way to really express that because that might not be what's the radio hit, but that's what somebody like Izzy McFly with that song Curtains. That's an older song that's been out for a while. But it's crazy that he said we're gonna do that video because that's the only song on that project that I listened to. I'm sorry, Izzy, if you watch this. Like I don't listen to the other songs in the project really, but that song is on my playlist and I listen to it because I resonate. Like I can feel his emotion in it, and
You shouldn't apologize. You should be happy that you put the song on.
nah,
Play
bro.
streams.
That's I mean, like I'm happy we made the video, but that just shows like put your like use the like stop using like this art and music and stuff as a way to I don't know feel popular or get attention. Like use it as a way to express what's in your brain. Everyone's got something like what's going on because that's really like
Everyone goes through just because you've gone through something I don't know who said this and where it even comes from, but just because you've gone through something that might be worse than somebody else doesn't mean that they didn't feel the same emotion that you felt during that time.
damn, yeah. I mean, 100%. Yeah, that's
Because I definitely like I know people that have gone through like the craziest shit.
yeah.
But I mean, I know I can tell some stories that I know are comparable or similar with the feelings, not the level of what happened, but I know I was feeling the same way when that was transpiring.
I mean, yeah. Feelings are universal. Everyone feels. I mean, except the sociopaths. Maybe I don't think they feel. I'm not too sure. Cause
They feel good about themselves.
I've met some people that I've looked them in the eyes and been like, I don't know if you like are feeling.
No, I
things
know
like
exactly
that.
who
Like,
you're talking
like,
about.
I'm talking to people and it's like
I felt the same exact way.
I don't know if there's feelings behind it. That's a crazy way to live.
He's just talking to make you feel so that you then
Yeah.
do something and then he gets what he wants.
That's interesting. I mean, hey, I've definitely. I wish I was the person like I could just turn off my emotions and. But I mean, if you could, I wouldn't. I get like those people aren't creating amazing art, and I used to fantasize and dream like because like I grew like prior to videos like all through I would say from like as long as I can remember like I could walk. I was drawing and doing painting and that kind of stuff. So like when I talk about like Da Vinci and these painters, like those were the original like heroes in my head because that's who was doing who was famous for doing like that kind of stuff. And I've always fantasized about the lonely, depressed artist, like the successful artist that like nobody ever sees because he's locked away just working on this masterpiece and he's successful, but he's just like tortured, and I used to like think that was so cool and fantasize about that, and then I'm realizing like that was not the thing to fantasize. Like the
No.
success is cool, but like the edgy like dark like brooding, but like that shit like now realizing like oh shit, am I like becoming that? Like this shit's working, but like I have this like going through this breakup, I started to have this fear, this like vision of everything working and it being successful and this is working and we're doing these huge shoots and then everything wraps up and everyone leaves and goes to their families and I'm in this dream facility and it's just like I'm just sitting there and it's like wow, like this is cool, like
I don't think that'll happen unless you let that happen, to be honest. And I don't think you have that mindset and
yeah.
goals in life. So
I definitely don't. I definitely don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that. I cannot. Unless you're truly like you found yourself in a position where you literally cannot do anything else, which I don't think either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like
that.
I mean, hey, I watched my dad jump between like 5 wives. So I'm like, hey, worst case scenario, just go grab one and hey, man, just pick one.
Hang out for a couple years, all right?
I just need to find somebody that's cool enough that I'd be all right to have a kid with, and then they can leave because then that kid, I'll put all that energy into the kid one day.
Fair. I mean, that's how a lot of marriages go.
I mean, that's
50%. I'm
no,
very
yeah,
grateful.
It's definitely.
I had to before we. I don't know if you were gonna wrap that up, but I did want to ask you because I've always been curious since you don't have like a film background, and I'm realizing now why you're so creative is because you are a ridiculous artist, and I feel like most people don't know that about you. Like I'm pretty good at drawing, but I need to look at stuff. I've seen you just sketch the craziest shit, and I'm just like, that's where it is. Like, so what was it when you were a kid? Were you drawn to painting? Like, did somebody show you it? Or
honestly, I can't. Like, it's gone so far back that like me being into art goes back from as I can't remember like when it like would have started. It was just like as a kid in first grade, just doing painting stuff and just creating stuff. I've just always like something about making things has always like just scratched scratched an itch for me where like whether it was drawing, painting. Like there was like when I was a kid for a year, like a couple years, I was really into making models of like scenes. I'd get like little green like army figures and literally make like an army scene, like this side and paint one side, the caps on one side, so it's one, and just set up a whole scene. And it was really just something about creating things and drawing. Like I'm like I said, I'm not good with words, but the way my brain, like I think a lot about like how my brain works. I'm fascinated about how like other people's brains. I know some people like don't have a voice in their head. Like I narrate in my brain.
I feel you, trust.
And the way my brain works is very visual. Like I just see images, and that's kind of where like that starts the drawing, because I don't like. It's weird. I know I'm good at drawing, but I don't think if you were just like draw a dragon, I wouldn't just be able to draw really good. It has to be what like kind of clicks.
I think I understand exactly what you're saying. Like I'd
have to like if you said draw a dragon and it clicked and I saw it, I could immediately if it's in there, I could bring it on paper and draw it out. And that's kind of why like now more so I don't just like draw all the time, like do that kind of stuff. I do it when it like I carry a sketch pad in my bag it's always on me
just in case,
because when I had the idea, like the last drawing I just did like 2 days ago, it was just this scene of a computer with the windows and there's mountains. Just because it popped into my head, and that turned into videos because videos became the easiest way to bring what was in my head. Like drawing is cool, but it takes too much time I can only draw one frame. It takes a couple hours, and I have one frame. A video is like, I can get a lot more quicker, and it's just a quicker way to bring, and that's like. It wasn't like you said, not having a film background. It wasn't like I was watching movies and it was like, I have this story to tell. I have these images in my head and I just need to get them out. And video was the easiest way to get them out and quickest way. And I can translate the thought the quickest versus having to draw 18 drawings that take me a week and then do that. Because I've always said it, like, I would do drawing and painting. It's just, as I got older, Understood, yeah. If I want to have a life and a family and money, and I want to be able, because my mission has always been, I just need this to be a job because you need money to live. Yeah. And I don't want to spend hours at a job. I don't want to spend hours doing this. So I need to make it a career. And acknowledging there's to make like it's not easy to make a successful career in painting and drawing and that kind of stuff. It's you can do it, but it's easier to use videos to get the ideas out,
Yeah.
and that's how it turned into videos. And then it's just nothing has come that has surpassed videos to get the ideas out easier. That's why I think I really got into the CGI stuff because I'd have
You
an
can
idea. It's just
it's like drawing, but without having
and it's
to.
quicker. Yeah, it's like and it's more in depth. There's more and like so that's really it isn't like a love necessarily for like video or film or like even cameras. That's why I'm so like I know how to make that camera do what I want it to do to get what
Yeah.
I want. But I can't talk to you about the latest Sony or what the f-stop. Like I know to put the f-stop where I want it to get what I want, and that's I think that also is why I've never like been around a lot of other directors and video people because I've never fully resonated with the director because I just I resonate with like just I have a thing I'm trying to get it out, and video is how I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
It's just getting it's more of getting an idea out. Yeah, damn, I didn't never made that connection until right now. Maybe that's why like I never really resonate with
Yeah.
like the director because I don't like I could care like if you were like yo if you just do this thing on this camera it'll be like oh cool now I'll use it but I know this camera does exactly what I need it to do to get my idea out and then I can edit it out like and all that to say yeah that's kind of how it became into videos because it really is just I have images in my head that I'm just like this needs to come out and like I'll hear a song and like I can see the music video. I can see how that would go and and maybe it'll translate to movies. It's just to me I see that as a lot slower way to get an idea out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also why I'm very like on set. I'm like cut the corner. Let's just do it because the idea needs to get the idea getting out is more important than it looking perfect.
Yeah.
But I think that's why the balance is now good between us because it's like this is the idea and you're able to like all right boom make it and refine it and make it perfect and the balance of the two because that's the long-winded answer of why it's
That makes a
videos.
lot of sense. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, because I was always around so much equipment in high school, is why I'm so much more drawn to that aspect of it. Because I was always
I had
playing with different stuff. I was messing with Black Magics before I ever got my hands on a Black Magic.
You probably used the Black Magic and nicer cameras before I ever.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
I
because
used
I never.
some crazy fucking cameras in high school.
Yeah,
this guy put $40,000 into that program.
The nicest cameras I ever used were the ones I bought.
Yeah.
I've never like rented gear because to me that like it did like red cameras are cool, but it's like this camera can my iPhone can get this idea out if I need to. Like my thing is like I just need to get this thing that's in my head out the quickest way.
This is good because now we're starting to understand each other's dynamics. Because I've always been like film, like I want to know how you get that shit looking like that. Like I want my shit to look like I'm a lot like you in the sense that I want to get it done quicker. I don't want to spend 2 fucking years going in every day and working with actors and doing this and making sure this is all right. That's why I like music a lot because you could just. It's not quick once we get higher up into the industry.
But even the highest level of music video is significantly
like
quicker
than
versus the shortest
2 years.
film.
Yeah. And I love music too. Music is my fucking shit.
You had a good point I wanted to kind of go off of. Because to me it's always been just like getting like I have this idea and I need to get it out. Damn, what was that? What was the point going off that?
The dynamic?
Yeah, because like the balance between us is dope. But yeah, like I just. Yeah, I don't know. Damn, it was a good one. It's somewhere around here.
Flowing.
No, I think we're starting to like crack into learning each other's. Yeah, because another point. I think that this kind of explains a little bit why like I don't really I used to a little bit, but I like now more so than I ever don't have the comparison fear of other people because to me it's not like I'm trying to be the best video person like. This is about me getting my idea out. So your quality like is cool and I'll learn if there's stuff that I can learn from that, I'm going to use it. But like your video, whatever, we could shoot the same concept, whatever. Like I could do a hospital video that somebody else does it and I'm not like, damn, they did like because to me the point of this was for me to get this idea out. I had to do a hospital scene like this. If you did it, however, that's dope and maybe I'll learn how to do it again in the future, but to me it was just about getting this idea out. Whether you did it or not doesn't bother me whatsoever because even if you didn't do that, if I have to just get this idea out, whether somebody else did it or not. So I think that kind of it starts to explain like why I don't have that because like Logan, we were talking about it. I don't know if it was after you left when B Sergeant was here talking about like the sets, and Logan was saying about how I would feel if we did a set and then somebody else made the same set in their studio.
Yeah, I was there for that.
And I was like, I wouldn't care because me building that set, somebody like is because I had this idea that had to get out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing it so people could see like, oh, that shit was dope. You did that shit first. Like I could care less if people knew I did what like it's just I have this thing that needs to get out, and if I don't get it out, I'm gonna go crazy.
I have the same level of that. I just don't think it's as urgent as yours is. I'm more like I'll spend that time. Well, now, before I wasn't, but now I'm really like I will spend that time really trying to figure out what I can do to get certain emotions, get certain things, get certain shots. It's all good.
Womp.
Womp womp.
But I think it's also because you're thinking deeper into the idea. Maybe you're thinking of like this is the idea. So that's like this video. This is the idea, and then you think about how to facilitate that idea. Where I'm more like way more impulsive with it. Where it's like, boom, I have this idea. Let's get it out. I don't think too much into how to convey this. Like the best way to convey this emotion and. I'm way more impulsive with it where you're, I think, more meticulous with like, all right, this is the emotion I'm trying to convey.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out the right way to convey it.
And I think that's a testament to me working with that clothing brand, honestly, because I learned how important branding is. Like, and I really wanted to talk to Logan about it with Rap Rotations because I looked at Trash Mag's page the other day and it was like, we need to figure out like brand colors, if we really want this to go to like where we want it to be, we need to figure out like, what we really want to be, because we're very I'm not talking about WaveChange because WaveChange has all that. We have blue and white. We have our t-shirts now. We have the pot. We're good with branding. We have a couple things, but it's not a big deal. But with Rap Rotations, it's just like I don't want to ask Ish to repaint the wall, but like I think we do need to repaint the wall. Make it like either straight white with something, maybe white and black. Like we need to have that level of meticulousness to actually resonate with people to a degree that it will go to that next stage. I mean, because it's just a cool wall with an Instagram page that's ran by cool people, which is cool. But
to elevate,
there's no like with EVLV two-tone. Do you know like two-tone branding? Two colors. Everything is two colors. There's no Amazon orange. The button on Amazon that you press is orange because orange is the color that makes you want to buy stuff. It's that deep. Like color theory is that deep. Like certain colors will unconsciously make you feel something that might not, like with black and white with EVLV, the slickness of it takes away from the idea that you might not want to buy something or you might get pushed off some kind of way. Like you just want to not trick people, but trick people into loving your stuff.
That's what it is. I mean, bro, like the way I see all like the systems now, the podcast, Rap Rotations, all like everything in the network, they're all now have their base foundation where it's like if you see something in Rap Rotation that you would think we can elevate it, just bring it up. It's just gonna be on you to begin that facilitation of the next step. That's the way I see like the WaveChange Network. Like that's the next stage of it. We've built up the network where we have WaveChange, WaveChange 2, the podcast, Rap Rotations. That's the network. And we have the base of everything. And now it's just going to, each thing will elevate as somebody gets inspired. We're like, right now, I'm on a huge kick to make the podcast elevate. So the podcast is going to have a new standard once I am off this kick, where if you see something in Rap Rotations and you want to take it upon yourself, like you just, we acknowledge, like, all right, it's going to be extra work on me to do this, but then we build this new normal where it's like when we started Rap Rotations, it was all over the place. I was editing this and that, and now we have a normal. Jose really kind of handles the edits. I pay him, boom, we're good. We have a system. And now it's like, all right, if you see something for it, let's elevate it. It'll be like stressful for a little while. We'll figure out.
But it's not even like, the thing is like, it won't even take a lot of work. It's literally just a matter of what do we want our colors to be? What do we want to paint the wall? And how do we want to expand this into something that's not just a mic performance?
Let's do it. So like, I think the best way to go about it, go in the Untitled Wave group chat, fucking set up a meeting, be like, yo, this day, this time, is everyone free? Let's sit down. Fucking make a sticky note of whatever bullet points that you want to bring up like that, and we'll just knock it out, because that's
And for anyone that watched this far, I just definitely gave you some serious game, especially if you're an artist. make sure your branding's on point. Do not make people think that you're something that you're not. And you've seen it. And you mentioned to me either on the podcast, I think it was on the podcast, you said most of my stuff on my page is passion projects. And I think I'm going to keep it that way now because I'm like, this is the branding of my social media.
Yeah.
I have WaveChange, I have Rap Rotations, I have the Kai Green logo in my shit still just because they still post on my work. But this is my ecosystem. Now this is my personal page.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna see everything,
exactly,
grow everything this way, and then whatever trickles over from that, whatever trickles over onto this, it's just gonna.
That's how I see
all
like that.
natural.
That's why like I'm really like the WaveChange Network is really like a thing to me. And then it's like I said, it's bigger than me, and it's a place for all of us to facilitate things. Where the WaveChange Network, WaveChange, we have the music videos, our productions, we have and we can start facilitating stuff. Where now you and your stuff is in the ecosystem the same way like Quarter Digital is the best example I could think, where people have their own stuff going on as their own because they are an artist in this thing, and you get to benefit of like people find WaveChange and they like the vlogs and they're like, yo, I like Steve in the vlogs, he's mad funny, and then you can go to your page and boom, now they're watching just your stuff and they can consume it, and it works all around. People find your YouTube video, one of your videos, whoa, this is dope. Who is this dude? Oh, what does he do? Oh, WaveChange. Oh, he's on a pot, and then everything can just work as a big spider web where everything is grabbing people, and it's all and it's just and everything can be real. Like everything has its own branding. They don't need to just be all the same thing. I feel like a lot of people start that, but then all the pages are always collabing each other, and every page is basically like, why am I following all the 5 of these pages? They all post the same thing. Where I feel like we have the network's good where it's like, yeah, like your Instagram doesn't feel like just a behind the scenes WaveChange. No. My Instagram doesn't feel like a behind the scenes WaveChange. It's me, it's you, it's Jose. WaveChange is WaveChange. The Rap Rotations, the podcast, and then when it makes sense, they collab and they overlap, and we really build this. Like I said, like the WaveChange Network is. Now I think that's the next evolution is what I think we really go into is, like I said, the network, and that goes with the studio and the ecosystem, because people are, as it grows, and like I said, in my vision of like, it's really a place where not like where it's like this. I feel like this comes off where it's like you just come here and hang out, but like a place where artists are just hanging out and creating things, and they're here all the time, and now they're on the WaveChange vlog all the time, and they get to promote their stuff, and this artist is now a character in our ecosystem because they're on the vlog a lot, and they come on the podcast, and we do productions with them, and we build this little ecosystem, our own little world, and hopefully people watch this and love to be a part of this, and that's kind of where I'm seeing all this, just getting to build my own little world of people, facilitate my own little world. I see why people start cults. It makes sense, but I'm not doing that. I just want to be around people who like to do things, and I just want to do things with people. I don't want your money unless we're working.
Oh my god, the cult shit is crazy.
Whatever a good version of a cult is, that's what I want.
Sorry, you didn't bleep that out. Edit that one out.
That's an edit. Damn, word. I think that
was a good episode.
Yeah, I don't think. Let me check the note real quick if there's anything else to add in. But yeah, I think that was pretty good. I definitely, one thing I do want to try to start doing is, even if we figure out just one point that I can use for the titles to make the titles and thumbnails better. Because I'm trying to figure out how to correlate what this podcast is correctly, because I feel like some of the titles and thumbnails come off as like we're just preaching about content, or like I'm really trying to figure out the best way to. But we'll figure it out. This will be I think this is like something about like the origin of WaveChange for the cover of this. Like, it's not super trendy to people who don't know, but hey man, you're gonna know.
Could be along the lines of starting as a creative or something along.
Yeah, getting started as a creative. Yeah, I think. See, you're good with the titles. You be coming up with the titles a lot. I like that. So.
Getting started in freelance, something along those.
Comment down below if the title of this podcast drew you in. I need to know. Well, that's about it. If you enjoyed the podcast, come back every Monday 6 a.m. Hopefully, I know Chiefy, you called me out in the last episode or one of these episodes. It didn't drop at 6 a.m. He said 6 a.m. in what time zone?
Yeah, he's probably working. He's ready for that shit.
Dude, he's probably driving to work like, where's the podcast at? Hopefully,
shout out to you, Chiefy.
I don't think this one dropped at 6 a.m. Unless I'm going to edit this right now, this might not have dropped at 6 a.m., so I apologize. But Mondays we drop, and we're officially not on a delay, so this is real time. But if you watch this on Monday or anytime recent, we filmed this literally the night before.
It'll be one of the few times this happens. I feel
Yeah,
like
it won't be this close. It won't be the day before it drops. But I'd
Yeah.
love to keep it like not on a delay, where at least we're talking it drops
Like
the week
relative.
prior. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Please comment down below if you didn't like one of the topics or you liked one of the topics. I want to know what people want to hear us talk about. I enjoy this kind of mix of inspirational, like what we do versus the ecosystem here, because I really hope you guys are a part of this family and this WaveChange Network, because it's not just the physical people here, but it's the people who want to consume this stuff and are inspired to create stuff. Maybe you're in LA and you can't be a part of this physically, but the network is going to be much bigger than physically being here. So
Hell yeah.
if you're creative, comment down below. Let's connect. Let's work. All our social medias are in the description. His YouTube, the WaveChange YouTube, Rap Rotations, my personal Instagram, the vlog channel. There should be a second vlog out by now. Go tune into the vlogs if you want to see more of the actual studio. Like I said in the intro, you can actually see what goes on here and check the whole building out.
Got everything.
The whole network, WaveChange Network. Tune in, wavechange.net. If you ever want to see the most up-to-date with the podcast, Rap Rotations isn't really on there. Podcast, the vlog, and what were the actual productions, wavechange.net. That's all you need to go. The links are in the descriptions, but you can get everything, wavechange.net. See you next Monday. Peace.
We need to get an outro song.
Yeah, we need to get something like